صباح بروح الحياة تعطر وفاح أريج الزهور وأبهر صباح كطلات طفل وأطهر تغنى بسعد وحب وأكثر.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيد المرسلين. السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. Welcome back. Continuing with our program, and one of the aims of the program is to shed light and trying to represent those Muslim organizations in our midst that serve the Ummah, that serve humanity. And one of them, of course, is Mustad'afin Foundation, based in Cape Town, doing amazing work, feeding the hungry people, supporting them, supporting the needy. Amazing work they are doing. And we are honored, alhamdulillah, we have with us Sister Khairu Nisa Jhonston, who is the chairman or the chairwoman of Mustad'afin Foundation. Let's welcome her. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Jazakallah for joining us once again. Long time.
For having us here on Hilaal TV. And I'm not the chairperson, but I am the director of Mustad'afin Foundation and one of the founding members.
MashaAllah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala bless you and you make this work in your scale of hasanat, inshallah.
Inshallah.
On the day of judgment. Allahumma ameen. I'm always impressed with the work of Mustad'afin. And allow me to ask you in the beginning, I'm sure many of the viewers already know Mustad'afin, but just to shed light, when it was established, what are the aims, what are the projects of Mustad'afin?
Alhamdulillah, Mustad'afin Foundation was established in the 80s. I was still very much a student, and there was a group of concerned people who worked with a common good, to work with people who needed us. And at that point in time, with the violence in Crossroads, a community came together from diverse backgrounds, with lawyers, your doctors, students, house executives, and we formed the Mustad'afin Foundation in order so that we can see to the community within Crossroads. We've grown since then to be where we just saw to women and children, but we've grown since then where we actually saw to families. So in the beginning, it was we feed for the love of Allah, the indigent, the orphan, the captive. We feed for Allah, the sake of Allah alone. No reward do we desire, no thanks. And that was the motivation, the Quranic ayah that motivated us as a group of people. But in 1992, we saw a lot has been done for women and children. We now need to look at the empowerment of women, the education of women was done. We had daycare centers, but the abuse of women was still very strong in the communities that we were working in. And we looked at the Quranic ayah that motivated us. Allah will not change the condition of man until they change what is within themselves. And to work collectively with the entire community, not just women and children. And that is where we also then established the 5 core functions within the organization, like our community development, poverty alleviation, education, healthcare, and disaster relief. We were founded on the basis of disaster. So we're now partnering with the city of Cape Town when we are working with disaster relief. So that has been, in a nutshell, the organization where we come from. Headed by women in every department, we're now looking at the fact that we do have male drivers in the areas, but most of our projects are headed by women.
In this Women Month, mashallah, we see women are doing amazing work, and I've been to the organization. I've seen there, mashallah, many sisters serving the community, and I would like to I've witnessed that myself, seeing the importance of feeding, the importance of giving water to people who are in need and supporting them, and I'm sure many of the audience also experience that, since it is part of our deen. But tell us about your feelings since that time you started this. Your feelings when you see every day the happiness of those people who are you're relieving them, and you're giving them food and you're giving them drinks, and how many meals you're giving every day?
We feed 27,910 people. So Mustad'afin has our own feeding schemes in different areas, and we also partner with other feeding schemes, smaller feeding schemes. We work through them in order for us to meet the needs of our community. And yes, Sheikh, if you see a person happy that they've actually got a meal, because there are many people who goes to bed without a meal.
For days.
For days.
Yes.
I mean, you actually had mothers who had to make choices, which child eats today and whose child doesn't eat today. And I mean, that's the experience I personally had to go through. But alhamdulillah, you know, the comments and the blessings and the thank yous that we get from the people in our community has always been phenomenal in the sense of their gratitude. And in Mustadafin Foundation, the very women who stood in the queue are now educators within the organization, are now employed. So Mustadafin don't just feed, therefore we have the concept feed the belly, feed the mind, because we know that you cannot think if you are hungry. And that's where we partner with schools as well, like Peakview and very Athwood Primary and various other schools in our community as well, where we provide meals for our children, with the fact that some of the schools don't necessarily fall into the bracket where they get subsidies from government as feeding schemes. So we partner with them in order to make sure that the child actually has one meal.
What are your current projects that you are having current?
Our current
which the community can support in them?
Well, this month has been the month of women. So we are working, I personally have been working with 16 young mothers, single mothers, and was to create an opportunity for women to be able to heal. Because if we listen to their stories, it's not as simple, Sheikh, as people say, here's young mothers, not married. Why do they have? These are mothers that has gone through tremendous pain, which we can't talk about open on issues like this, but women who have gone through a lot of pain. So we've gone through the process of with them way of healing, creating self-sufficiency, self-reliance, and independence. Now remember, Sheikh, I didn't answer the question when you asked what was your mission and your vision. Our objective of Mr. Dafin is to create self-sufficiency, self-reliance through education, even though people see us as a feeding organization. Our educational projects is used. In our learning center, which we initiated 9 years ago, I remember speaking to Sheikh about it. And I remember you meeting some of those young people. Of them are employed in Mr. Dafin Foundation. They were not in school. They've never been in a school environment, in a classroom. And through that, alhamdulillah, we have sent over 800 of those children who's never been in a school environment in the classrooms that they should be in. 18 of them matriculated, and that's where we partnered with Palco College. So the 16 young ladies as well, they've had to leave school. So in our self-sufficiency program, we partnered with another organization. So they're upskilled in computer, which Mr. Rafin also does training about, computers, cooking, culinary courses, sewing, which is also part of the programs that we couldn't do for them, but we partnered with another organization so we could upskill them in order for them to become the young entrepreneurs of the future, but become self-sufficient, self-reliant, and independent. The same period, they are also attending school on a Saturday. Some of them are doing their 6th and their 7th. Some are doing their matric. So the whole objective is to create people, because Ikra is an important factor. And if we are not able to read and write, we're not able to do anything. So we encourage all those who stand in the line to improve themselves through education and then develop themselves so that they become self-sufficient, self-reliant. And I hope these young women will be the ambassadors of Mustadafin Foundation. In actual fact, we're having a fundraising on Saturday, the 23rd, and they're going to put their culinary skills into place. So we're actually saying to people, support them in order to support Mustadafin Foundation. So they're going to show off their baking skills in order for people to sell that as well.
The funding is always an obstacle
it's a major challenge
of any organization, and I'm sure also to your organization, as you want to improve, you want to move forward to other areas, etc. And I'm sure you have future plans. If you can just let us know about your future plans.
We do. Our future plans, I mean, we are in the Eastern Cape already, but we're doing that with those affected and infected with HIV/AIDS, where we've got gardening, we've got in order for us food security programs to happen, and we've got feeding, and we just have a support structure for those affected. That's in the Eastern Cape, but we want to extend to such extent that we want to build a skills development center. We've got this building. We need to finish this building so that we can actually have the culinary skills, particularly for the young men. We also work with men. We're working for men for change, so that men take the responsibility for the position that they are in as Quran commands of them. But many of them don't get the opportunity because a lot of focus is on women as well. So we are focusing on men as well, and we've got this Men for Change program where currently we have a few men, but we want to up them in the sense of skills development as well. And the building that we have is in Hanover Park. So that would be a skills development building and also building for healing. But it's in the heart of gangland. And we want people to support that project because that in itself will create an opportunity for the community of Hanover Park to actually grow and develop, and particularly the men in that area and the surrounding areas, because Sheikh, that the situation in the Western Cape due to gang violence and drugs, it's an enormous problem. But it's going to affect not just the people in Hanover Park, it's affecting everybody.
Sure.
And therefore, we need to work on the root problem that we have. So that's part of our future project, alhamdulillah. As well as part of the other things is that we starting an entrepreneurship from early childhood development already, where our young children are encouraged now to look at entrepreneurship from a gardening perspective, where we are saying we've introduced gardening in early childhood development, which we also have. We've got 18 early childhood development centers. So we also need support in that. So there's been a lot of development, particularly on entrepreneurship as process for self-sufficiency and self-reliance, and also education within the Mustadafin Foundation. So we've got a lot of future projects happening.
Alhamdulillah. If anyone wants to take part in that, is there any contact details or websites or something that they can?
They can definitely, please, we're going to ask people to go on to www.mustadafin.org.za. It's a newly developed website. Please comment on the website as well. We would love people to comment on it. But there you'll get the details, or contact Mustadafin on 021-633-0010 or 60 or 99. Those are the numbers of Mustadafin's head office. And visit us at www.mustadafin.org.za. But also, I'm going to say, visit us at 154 Antelope Street, Bridgetown, as well as in Thornton Road, Akonabuskutin and Thornton Road. We share offices with Khidmatul Awan at the Mustadafin. If people don't want to come into Bridgetown, people are very scared. But visit our website. You can also do payments via our website as well.
Inshallah.
And make a difference. You know the saying that we have, Sheikh.
If every
man helps his neighbor, then who will need help?
Amazing. Yeah, this was very innovative to choose this anthem, mashallah. Jazakumullah khair. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant you success and take you from strength to strength so you can help more people through the efforts of the audience as well. Jazakumullah khair. Shukran for joining us this morning.
Shukran for having us. Our other educational programs, we educate human beings how to live with other human beings. So that's within our educational spectrum as well. But shukran for having us. And
inshallah,
we hope that we'll get
again,
the support
inshallah.
of the community, because we do need the support. We really
Allah
appreciate
open for you the
that.
doors, inshallah. Jazakumullah khair. Shukran lakum. All right. With that, we came to the end of the segment of our program. We're taking a short break. We'll come back after the break, inshallah.
صباح بروح الحياة تعطر وفاح أريج الزهور وأبهر صباح كطلات طفل وأطهر تغنى بسعد وحب وأكثر